Yes, sir.
Looking
How are you?
good.
Yes, sir. That's it. That's his
Special.
Singapore Army training and Singapore Army haircut.
It's long already, Geshe.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he's almost got his Geshe with that.
hey Mike, what colors are your swimming trunks today?
The what?
Oh me, same ones. Actually, I had to check. Yep, but we were coming from the pool this time. Amelie went swimming. Yeah. So, yep.
Okay.
I think everybody's feet.
That's the truth. He went surfing and he came in and sat at a picnic table and did mixed nuts.
Everybody knows.
That's cool.
I was in Tim's room at first, and the AC was just blasting. And I thought Tim is just so Nordic blooded. He just likes it freezing cold. You see how I tried to shift the attention onto Tim away from me? Thank you.
He's not reporting what he's got on below. Okay.
It's the same as in the picture. That's all you need to know.
Mr. Nick, you got any wise advice for these wise guys?
Well, let us be grateful that you're here with us, and thank you for coming, Geshe Michael. We're always happy to have you. Happy Labor Day. Today's Labor Day. So don't work too hard. Just try to have fun and open your mind and learn.
I really wanted to pull my shirt off and show you all my cool scarf, but it's kind of disgusting. Okay.
Did they really? Did they leave scars on the outside?
Oh, excuse me. I can prove it. Don't want to do it. Okay.
Oh, because Amelie's didn't. Yeah.
It looks like Frankenstein. No, not that bad. Okay. So gang, let's go.
Okay. All right.
Okay, all right.
I'm showing the same homework that we did last term. Last session.
That's convenient.
I mean, we didn't really talk much. We discussed back about what we covered before. So yeah, but I think it served a purpose, right, to remind everyone about what we had just done. And I hope
They should show the same homework every time.
no, not that. That's not true. All right, so let me
Back to you go back to Indonesia time frame.
So yeah, one of the intentions to go into the highest level of the formless realm is to stop one's capacity for discrimination and feeling. Why is this not enough? Why is this not enough? Anybody still remember?
It's still
Lindsay said
it's still samsara.
still
Samsara.
oh it's still samsara.
Yeah, it's
And
not.
He said they don't stop.
It's not out of the. It's not out of renunciation. The motivation is not out of renunciation. How will an Arya who is in the desire realm gets reborn in the highest level of samsara as a result?
Mhm. Tim says it's a trick question.
It's a trick question. Yeah.
Is that possible?
Rob says it may not be possible.
What if they're not an Arya Bodhisattva?
I just said Arya.
Rebecca says, what if they're not a bodhisattva, but they're an Arya?
Yeah, according to the text. No, I believe even without bodhicitta, it is still possible. Hold on, let me see. Yeah. So yeah, so let me repeat the question. How will an Arya who is in the desire realm gets reborn in the highest level of samsara as a result? We discussed this again actually last session, so I just hope that
Lots of meditation.
yeah.
Theoretically.
Big stuff.
listen
No.
to Bob sings?
It's a trick question, actually. No, not trick, but Master Vasubandhu was trying to remind us that those people can, when they manage to reach the highest level of from causal meditation, when they are still alive, and if they keep them without dropping out of it and keeping it going, then they will be able to reborn in the highest level of samsara, the peak of existence. So the idea is that not dropping out. Now, similarly, or rather, similarly on the similar situation, when does it not matter at all whether an Arya degenerates or does not degenerate in their highest level of formless realm causal meditation?
Whoa. You got me.
So the question just now was that they have to maintain, they should not drop out so that they can get reborn in the peak of existence. But now this question is that when does it not matter at all whether they maintain or they get out?
They still go to Avicii eventually.
They what? Sakatavici? When
Nah,
does it not
just
matter?
kidding.
Just kidding.
They
I don't know.
answer, nobody.
Well, if they're seeing emptiness directly at that moment, then it doesn't matter.
Yes, that is the question. That is the answer. Oh, but yeah, but I don't know. I mean, Master Vasubandhu was saying that when they achieve the, oh no, they already saw emptiness directly. That's why they are an Arya. But here the answer is that it does not matter when they achieve the enemy destroyer level. So yeah, that's the answer. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, now let's go to the West
Okay.
Chinese vocabulary. Ka Yang.
Some?
I am
Anything at all.
Anything
Not-
at all? Yeah, Toto.
Yeah,
Who said that?
Toto.
that's me, Toto.
Wow. Okay.
A lot and a lot.
Okay.
Vasubandhu Cepa.
Consciously or something like that?
Consciously. Collect the thoughts consciously. Or focus your thoughts. And finally, Lesurungwa.
Yay.
To get ready.
Fit for
Uh,
what?
Said to
Fit
get
for
ready.
meditation.
Sorry, say again.
Fit for work.
Good for work. Yes. Good for work. Thank you. And
Yay. Here's the translation.
here's the attempted translation. So yeah, actually, in the team translation, we went through this. So I just want to ensure that we didn't miss out on anything. So should I read first, Keshla?
Yes, please.
Duchak dang drelwa le yang dakpan depani mayente.
Good. Okay, good. Yep. What's the word depa?
Depa. Oh, the Nyangen le depa. Beyond?
It means to go beyond. Yep.
Beyond, to go beyond. Okay.
Okay, cool. They're talking probably about someone who's at the highest state of meditation in the formless realm, I guess, right?
Yes.
Or they're at Geshe Michael Roach, where they're beyond discrimination because they're so deep in.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So thank you. Looking into yes, Geshe.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, Looking into Chepan Namla Te Meparmain Pe Chiro.
Yeah, here in your vocabulary, you could go a little farther in the word mundu chepa, and it means to actualize something or to achieve something. Okay, so mundu chepa can mean to achieve. And they're talking about either a cessation meditation or a meditation where you've gone beyond discrimination, which are not the same thing. And they're talking about a concept where you achieve it with your body. You achieve meditation beyond discrimination with your body and not your mind, because that would be a contradiction of terms. You achieve mindlessness with your mind. See what I mean? So there's this idea of this other guy that when you go into such a deep meditation that you no longer have any thought processes, it cannot be accomplished with your mind the moment before. It must be somehow accomplished through your body and not through your mind, because the mind would accomplish something that wiped itself out. Right? Okay? That doesn't make sense to him. So it's, and when you say this person reached a deep level meditation so deep that their mind is gone, then you have to kind of be saying they only exist inside their physical body. They don't exist mentally anymore. You do have to be saying that, right? What's the answer? When we say you're beyond the mind, we say you're beyond the gross state of mind, but you still have subtle mental processes going. Otherwise, you would die.
I see.
Okay, that's all. But he's got this idea that somehow, since your mind is wiped out, you must be living in your body only, without mental activity at all, like a person on life support or something. Okay. So there's always been a problem of calling this meditation Dushe Mebe Nyomjuk. You have no awareness. There's a calling it that, yes, because you do. You must have something. All right.
Sure. All right. Devena ngukpe nyompar sukpa namla nampa tamchetu yiki nampar shepa nguntu gyurpa yupa maino.
Yeah, and there's two, as I mentioned, there's two nyomjuks here, samapatis. There's two deep meditations. One is called Gope Nyomjuk, where you shut down your mind. And one is Dushe Mepe Nyomjuk, where you shut down your discrimination or something like that. Yeah. And how far do you shut yourself down? Do you go as far as dying, for example? Does your body stop working? Okay. So he says, what's that? What's he say here? Those who engage in this state meditation will have no experience of this state of mental contact. That's correct. Yeah. So when they say Gokpa, what's Gokpa normally?
Stopping cessation.
It's one of the four Arya truths. Which one?
The second.
Which number?
Or the third one.
Third one.
Third
And then the fourth one is the path to the Gokpa. Yeah. So Gokpa, it means to shut down your mind, okay? Or shut down your being, or something like that. Okay. And he says, you have no manifest state of mind during this deep, deep meditation. This is the other guy, maybe. All right.
Oh. Should I put this a deep cessation meditation?
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we want to make it clear it's not the meditation where you stop discrimination.
Okay.
There's two possibilities here.
All right.
And by the way, the meditation that's so deep where you stop discrimination is even deeper than saying you stop discrimination. And that's coming next.
Oh.
Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this called? Word, do you remember?
A partsik?
Yeah, Parkupkid, Sugeng or something like that. You know, it's a mental vacation for the student. And the author of the book will make a little ditty, a little poem. And it's supposed to relax your mind so you don't bust your brains or something. So it's a little bit, it's like he sings a little song to you and then he gets back into the hard stuff. So this is the first grade teacher used to enjoy doing this. Okay, here's Six Chepa means here's a little verse to calm your mind down. Sugeng, can you read this one because your reading is so good?
Thank you. Si chen nyen ni du she me pa min yin du. Gok la te yi sa sem me te na te ni shen sik yin.
Yeah, good. Sitse Tsenyi means what?
The meaning of the peak of existence.
Yeah, almost the definition of the peak of existence, which is the highest level of the formless realm, right? The highest of the 9 levels of the universe. What are the 9?
The one for the desire realm, 4 for the formless, 4 for the formless realms.
Yeah, so at the top of the 9, the 9th, the highest peak of existence, Sitse, I'll give you the defining characteristic. And then, Sugeng, this is one of those times when you have to read across the line of poetry. You cannot pause at the end of the first line.
Okay.
So how does that inform you to read it?
So I shouldn't stop, I just continue or something?
Do not pretend there's no comma at the end of this first line.
I see.
And that's the only way you can read it correctly. So read it across the line. Dushe.
Dushe me pa min ni.
Nice. Stop there. Say dushe me. Dushe me min. Dushe me min.
Dushe me min.
That meditation, which is so deep that it has no discrimination, but you cannot say it has no discrimination. Okay, and that's the name of that state of mind. It's beyond discrimination, but it's not beyond discrimination. It's the discrimination beyond all discrimination. Okay, and that's the state of mind you need to stay at Sitse, at the highest realm of samsara. Okay, mindless, totally mindless. It has been achieved by many students in my classes. Dushe me min, you have to read across. Okay. So if you want to say what's the defining quality of the highest level of samsara, people their mind is so deep that it's almost no mind. Okay, that's all. Okay. And that's a meditation called Dushe me min, or Dushe me pe nyomju. Okay, say Dushe me pe samadhi deep that you're almost beyond discrimination. Okay, and then here he says Gokla de sasem me. Gokla. Then he says Gokla. And that's short for Gokpe Nyomju.
Cessation meditation.
Now we've been talking about 2 deep states of samapati. One is where you have no longer discrimination. You have so little discrimination, you can call it no discrimination, but being discriminatory. Okay. And then he says, but when you talk about Gokpa, so this is and a positive, it means what do you call it? He's distinguishing between these 2 states. The second kind of samapati is called Gop. Gopenyomju. Say Gopenyomju.
Gopenyomju.
Dushe me penyomju.
Dushe me.
Gopenyomju. Dushe me. Gopenyomju means, you stop everything. And maybe you stop samsara. In that case, would you have a mind in this lower school? No, you would have no longer a mind, right? And that's what the third line says. Gope nyom jukla de yisa semme. Okay, at that level, if you're at a cessation meditation, at that level, semme.
There's no
and not that you're so beyond discrimination that we can call it discriminationless, but you're not. But this one at this one, you truly have no mind because you are not in the lower system. Right? Then what's the meaning of the last line, Sugeng? Dena Deni Shen Shigyu.
It must be something else.
Yeah, what he's saying is this second meditation is not the same as the first one. Dena, therefore, this is a different one. This is a different one. What's a different one? The meditation where you have truly stopped your mind and body is different from the one where you're floating at the top of samsara. Okay, got it? One is our in this school. Okay, why you look so curious? All right, let's go on.
Okay, I'm kind of confused that there are two kind of meditations here, but anyway.
One is called Geshe Michael Roach,
Okay.
and one is Gopen Roach. And in this case, Gopen Roach is cessation of samsara. Okay, think of it that way.
Okay. Okay.
Ken, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah,
Is Dushe Mepe Nyomjuk the same as Dushe Me Min?
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The technical name is Dushe Me Min. Yeah.
And that is different from Gokpe Nyomjuk.
But Nick, nobody would say Dushe Me Pa Min Ben Nyomjuk.
Right. Yeah.
They would shorten it to Dushe Me Pa Nyomjuk.
And
Got it?
and that is
Excellent.
different from Gokpe Nyomjuk.
Well, it depends on who you're talking to.
Oh, okay. Or the head. Okay.
Vasubandhu.
Okay, sure. All right, I'll cook it.
In
Oh,
general, you can refer to cessation of the thought process. By the way, two mental functions were being discussed, not just Dushe.
Oh, this is the level 9 of the highest of the
Lion's
lion's
of the
dance.
lion.
Oh, okay, I got it. All right.
The lion's dance is a great presentation of this concept.
Yes, very much. Thank you. All right, that's all, Geshe. Please take the plane.
Okay, let's go back to reality. Let me see, where is that here? And let me get a better cursing. Johnny with you. Okay. Oops. What's going on? Oh, that's another one. Okay. Okay, here's a little progress report. I had expected to finish this book in 2028, but we have slowed down due to all the fun I've been having. So new date is 2031. Good luck, Sugeng. Okay, let's not talk about it. And we've been on this text for 37 months. We're averaging one's folio side per month, which is about 7 or 8 English pages. And there's the count of pages for the 12 links. And as we mentioned before, the fattest section is
The consciousness, the third link.
consciousness. And we were talking about how it's probably because this Hinayana Abhidharma detailist by Bhashika author came out of the closet of the mind-only school. And so when he's discussing consciousness, he's got a lot more to say than a normal Abhidharma author. And that's where we're at now. And I think this whole question came up originally because there was a question. If consciousness is triggered by the Mikken, which means the object of perception, if blue triggers the perception of blue, if the perception of blue follows upon the existence of blue outside, right? And then there's a blue sitting there waiting for a human being to walk in the room, then they walk in the room, and then the blue triggers the consciousness, right? Then what has triggered the consciousness is physical form, right? But in the real life, in the dependent origination sutra, what triggers consciousness? What's the second link?
The pure, the raw
Fresh
fresh karma.
if the links are in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, then consciousness is not triggered by an object. Consciousness is triggered by fresh karma. Okay, and that's where the argument came. This is why we're talking about, well, if that's the case, let's look at people who don't have normal consciousness and what are they missing. Okay, got it? Then we'll figure out what causes consciousness more clearly. And the argument, by the way, is that when you're missing consciousness at these high levels of meditation, it's karma that causes that. It's not that someone has removed all the blue in the world. You see what I mean? It's not that someone has removed all the possible objects that could have been triggering your awareness. It's that you've reached this more subtle state of mind. So therefore, it's not crazy to say that what really creates consciousness in the human being is not an outside object of perception. It's the karma to have a mind. Okay, all right. Who's going to read Sugeng?
This is, okay.
Oh, did you finish that? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, this is not yet. Looking on, this looks also familiar.
Oh, we finished the Sugeng.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a new argument here. Who's going to read Sugeng?
All right, let me see. Can we invite Ting Nguyen Tin?
Yeah, thank you, Professor Sugeng. Shen tak nare gok pe nyom pa chuk pa sem me pa chen kona yino she sena.
Nice. Tin's doing really well. What's Shendag Nare? Sugeng.
Somebody else come to say.
Yeah, somebody else comes and says, wait a minute. Gokpen Yomjuk, in cessation meditation, it has to be the case. It can only be the case, Kona. It can only be the case that you don't have sem.
The mind.
That you don't have a mind. If it's that something has been shut down, it must be the case that you no longer have any state of mind. Okay. And then we say,
yeah,
who's going to read Sugeng Tin?
Yeah. Ona sem gun chepa yina yang du che ki gube sem chita chung she sena.
Yeah, if you chepa the sem gun, Sugeng, or
if you stop the flow of the mind.
Yeah, if you have discontinued the mind, if you have stopped the flow of the mind, then where is there going to be the sam, which was gupad by duche, by fresh karma?
The mind which is affected by the fresh karma, stained?
Yeah, gupa means stained or infused. Like they said, if you carry around jasmine flowers in a cloth bag, and then you empty out the jasmine flowers, the cloth bag will be gupa by the smell. In the same way, karmic seeds gupa the mind stream. But if you say at this state of meditation, the mind stream discontinues, then who's going to hold the seeds? Where's the seeds going to be stained onto? Where's the bag? Okay. Where's the scent going to cling if the bag is gone? Okay. All right. And now some guy comes up with his idea.
Okay. Ingui?
Thank you, teacher. Kachik nare semle te chungwa mayin ki semki yongsu gupa ni luki wang poi gyunle in pe chiro sheo.
Yeah, and by the way, I discovered this book on a trip to Shanghai working for my boss, Wang Xia. And I found a coffee shop behind the hotel where nobody could find me. And I spent many hours there and I wrote my own notes to the text. And I did not take the time to take them out. So this is not a translation under the Tibetan. It's just some notes I took under a lot of coffee. Kachignane, Sugeng.
Somebody else come and say
Yeah, Semle de Jua Mayin.
the mind is not is the mind doesn't come up, doesn't it's not started, doesn't start.
Yeah, or somehow those seeds are not going to flower from the mind.
Oh,
Okay.
doesn't okay.
Where the Semki Yongsu Gupani, and now he's made with me. What's the Sanskrit? T long A, like Shinyata, okay, or Ness, Ness in English. The Gupa-ness, what's that mean?
The process of staining.
Good, nice. The stainingness is carried in the flow of the Wangbos.
Power or the sense power.
Yeah, you can shut down your mind and still have a place for the seeds to stain because you have your sense powers, which are almost mental, but not really. Okay, so this is another guy's proposal. He says you can shut down your mind and still have a place where the karmic seeds can be stained onto because you have the continued flow of your sense powers. In where? The formless, well, anyway, we will go there. All right, who's next? Who's next?
Ingo, you want to continue?
Okay. 이당 출라 때내 니 이키 남파 셰파 총왈 교르셰자웨 도데 디당 지타 민야오 셰나.
Yeah, and now he's answering a possible objection. He's anticipating a possible objection. Okay. Oh, so the karmic seeds could stay in the person's nose sense power. Okay. Well then, Yin Chula Teni. It said, but doesn't Do say, what's Do? Don't the sutras say that consciousness of the Yi,
of the mind,
of the thought, comes from the combination of Yi and Chiki Kam?
From the mind and the Chukikam, the realm of everything.
Yeah, the realm of which in Abhidharma in the presentation of the 18 dhatus means everything from the moment before. Zillions of stuff. The object of the thought, which includes all the sensations of the previous instant. Okay. So he says, Sutra says that consciousness itself occurs from Yi, which could mean the flow of the previous mind, and from Chu, which could mean the equivalent of blue. Whoa. That's not Juru. I can recognize Juru. So there's two ways a mind could occur. It could just represent the continuation of the flow of the previous mind, which is kind of the Wheel of Life presentation, or it could be that something was put in front of the mind and the mind was woken up and there was a perception, okay? He's covering both bases. Mind comes from, awareness of your thoughts comes from the thoughts, or everything, stuff, okay? All right, the object of the thought is stuff in Abhidharma, okay? So he's covering his bases. Oh, where does mind come? From previous moment of mind. Where does mind come from? Oh, when there's stuff, it's triggered. When there's a memory, it's triggered. Okay, so like that. So how can your presentation not contradict Sutra, which gave two options for the awareness of the mind? What was that guy's presentation? What did he say?
It's
in the last sentence?
Because we still have the sense power.
Yeah. The the mind arises from some kind of seeds smeared on your ear and your eye, okay? Because your mind is gone. You're sitting in a body with no mind, right? Therefore, the karmic seeds must be smeared somehow onto the eye and the ear. There's nothing more subtle, okay? And then we say, how does that not contradict sutras, which says that thoughts themselves come from stuff or from the mind? Okay, all right? Let's see what he says.
Okay. Tan Huang, you want to read?
Yeah, thank you, Professor Sugeng. Yiki Pakcha La Chang Chit Che Lang Ga Drote.
Ngajite. Thank you.
Yeah, God, we have it in our vocabulary today, but it can also mean some number, gashik. And then len here, len can mean either 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. And it can mean, well, that's what it means here. If it were spelled L-E-E-N, what would it be?
L-E-N or to
Yeah,
take.
taking in the sense of tonglen. Same pronunciation exactly. Okay, so several times in scripture, we see Yiki Bachak referred to as Yi.
Oh, the seed in the mind is referred to the mind.
Yeah, we do see some mentions in sutra where they refer to the seeds in the mind as the mind. Okay. So can we say that during the meditation where you have no mind, you still have a mind?
Yes, because the seeds.
Yeah, if you're referring to the seeds in the mind as mind. I mean, that maybe that's what's happening in that sutra. You know, maybe they're talking about mind as seeds in the mind, and maybe they do stay in your eyeball. Okay, I mean, that's one possibility. Somebody said that. And by the way, this particular book, as I said before, there are no commentaries. No one ever mentions it. There's no way to understand what it says. The translator he was drinking margaritas. And it's incredibly strange and difficult. And if we don't do it, nobody ever will. And nobody ever has. And no one's ever taught this book. But it's by the person who saved one school and invented another. So maybe it deserves to survive. Even in a, what do you call it, conjectural existence. Like this is maybe what it means. Okay. All right. Okay. Reads again.
Okay. Mr. Huang, you want to continue?
Yes, so. Chita La Ki Pa Cha La Chang La Che Wa Ba Wa Dang.
Le She Jawadang. Thank you.
Le She Cha Wa Dang. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, he says maybe we can refer to the karmic seeds for the mind as mind, because don't we refer to the Leiki Bakchaks as lay?
Seeds.
He's drawing parallel reasoning. If we can refer to Leiki Bakchaks as lay, then why can't we refer to Yiki Bakchaks as yi? What's Leiki Bakchak? What's lay? And Bakchak means the mental seeds. Okay. So don't we always, and by the way, this is why it was so easy in DCI to trade out the word karma, which we didn't want to have in our manuals, with the word seeds, because they do mean the same thing. And here it is in a scripture. Okay. Leiki Bakchak, we call lay. You know, the seeds of karma are, we call it karma. Therefore, the seeds of mind, we can call it mind.
Mind.
And they live in the eyeball when your mind is otherwise gone. This is all his argument, okay? He's making silly argument, but he's saying some cool stuff in the meantime. Okay, who's next?
Okay, Mr. Huang, can you finish up the last line here?
Yes, so Gang Chi She Le
Kang Ki Che,
Gang Chi She Le Ki Nam Pa Min Pa Che Che Wa
She Sherwa,
Che Wa Jin No Jina.
Shin No
Good.
Shin.
Nice.
Thank you.
Say, after all, here it means after all. When we see the Leki number, Kangitse, Leki number membership Sarashino. What is that Leki number? We also speak of the number member of Lek.
The
Amen.
ripening of the seeds of the karma.
Yeah, we can talk about ripening of karma. We can talk about seeds as karma. We can use worldly terms to refer to these energies. How about that? Something like that. Okay. We can talk about a ripening of a karma. Right? We do use that kind of language. Okay. And by the way, there should be many signs that a line is from the other guy. Because if the author doesn't give you signs that this is the other guy talking, it's going to be I almost said bitch, but it's going to be, okay? So the word shena is used to alert us that the other guy's opinion has just been stated. But in these very ancient texts, we don't know where his statement began. We don't know how far back to go. Here's a dump. So probably that's part of his statement also. Okay? He's saying, look, seeds for karma and karma are synonymous. And we talk about ripening. So is it not, I don't think it's weird to refer to the seeds of the mind as mind. If the seeds of the mind could survive without the mind, I think you could say the person still had a mind. If the person has the propensity for a mind to happen again, do they have mind? He says, sure, because they have seeds of, we can still talk about seeds as karma, but they're not karma really. They're not doing anything yet. Okay? It's interesting argument. Yeah. All right. Shena means anyway, the other guy finished talking. You have to work it out. Where did he start talking? Okay. But he's trying to defend an idea he had that the life could go on in the sense powers. Okay. The mind, mental power could continue on through the sense powers. Your mind could shut down and still survive until it turned back on, because the seeds for the mind are still sitting there. Where? This is where people want to bring up a foundation consciousness. Oh, yeah, there's another place where they live. Okay? He's heading there, probably. Okay. Who's next again?
All right, Oscar. I'm going to have lunch with Kel-sang later in Tokyo.
Whoa.
Okay. Nampar tokpan dila iki nampar mimpe sabungyu ni la yupan gyurte. Tikni semgi gyun le gupao. Tikni luki gyun lao.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, so he says, let me tell you how it is. Okay. When we talk about number topa, or the ability of the mind to think, okay, that's happening because of the number member of yi, number member of sub. Okay, the mind occurs because of the ripening of karmic seeds for the mind. Okay, therefore, I propose there's two flows of mind. One that accompanies seeds in the mind, and one that accompanies seeds laying in the eyeball and everything else. he has to agree to this distinction. Okay. Oh, so you're saying there's two flows of mind. Yeah, one flow shuts down when you're in a deep meditation. So does the mind stop? No. There's still another flow going on. Where? In the eyeball, in the continued flow of the eyeball. And that's mental. Okay. And so there's a flow of the mind, Semki Gin, which has karmas smeared on it, which flows when you're not in these deep meditations. Then when you go into the deep meditation, all the seeds jump to the physical body. So they have like fleas on a dog to jump to a different dog when the one dog dies. But if the first dog came back to life, the fleas would jump back on the first dog. You see what I mean? No dog meditation. So he says, I propose two streams of the mind. One is the usual one that we talk about. And one is a potential stream of the mind that continues in the senses in a person who shut their mind down. Which it's not crazy. It's not totally crazy. Otherwise, where would mind come from? Right?
Yeah.
How could you come back out of that meditation? It's not that the mind would be shut down and then restart or something like that. There must be some mind going on at a subtle level in the fingers, in the nose. Okay. All right.
Oscar, can you please continue?
Yes.
Whoop. Oscar, stop barking.
That one was Jeru. The other one was.
Okay.
It's my Tibetan. Teichiri iki nampar shepa nichik cha chungwar ngurte. Chichir kang chikle jungwa te tsechik shumayin.
Okay, good. Here, therefore, yiki number shepa, consciousness of your thoughts, ni. There's two flows of the mind. Chikchar means going on at the same time. Chikchar means going on at the same time. Jungwa means going on. Okay, there's two flows of the mind going on. One is connected to your mind. And when you go into a meditation so deep that your mind shuts down, the other one takes over and the seeds just kind of flow in your body until you come back. He's proposing that. Okay. Chikchar, two are happening at the same time. Okay. When something's happening from one of them, okay, when awareness is parked in one of the two, Chiksha always means the opposite of the one in a pair. Say Chiksha. One. Chiksha means the other. Chiksha. Generally, what is sha in the West Chinese language?
Ist.
Yeah, it's the superlative. It's the superlative form. EST, bestest, worstest. Okay. All right. But in pairs, it's the other set of a pair. Okay. So why does a pair come up here? Why does he talk about one of the members of a pair? Yeah, either the one that either there's mental stream that the flea that jumps on the other dog's body until the first dog wakes back up or something. You see what I mean? Okay, got it? So he says he's getting more and more complicated. By the way, the more complicated a philosophy is, the more probably it's wrong. Okay, so he's like, wow, what happens? Let me tell you, one shuts down, but the other one keeps going. All right. Who's gonna...
It seems that Master Vasubandhu is implying that the foundation consciousness is part of the body.
Well, you could accuse him of innocently setting us up for his solution to all these problems. But he has been careful so far, as far as I remember, he has not mentioned foundation consciousness, although he invented it. And by the way, he's got to get there fast because he's halfway through the link of consciousness. He's halfway through this link. He's got to bring it up fast. I think he does. Okay, who's going to read Sugeng?
Can I invite Earl Bernie to help?
Sure can. Here we go.
Hi, Earl.
I guess Gelte yang nam par shepa la yimpa de Hindu luki wangpo la semdong emle jungwa nam ki gu par gyur na ni de la. Taking so long. Yongsu nam la tokpe dije ki Yongsu gupayin pe cheer. Nampar shepa ni te la du jeki kengi shejapar job wa mayim par gyuro.
Thank you.
Nice, cool. Thank you for coming, Earl. Okay. Kalte means what again?
Reversely, on the other hand,
If it just
if,
okay.
oh, sorry,
If we're talking about consciousness, okay, and we talk in the same terms about what's Luki Wombo?
The sense power of the body, sense power.
The sense of touching your fingers.
Oh, okay.
Sense of touching your fingers, for example, which spreads out through your whole body. But let's talk about the sense of power in your fingers. Are you saying that it has sem and semchins also?
It has mind and
What's
mental
that?
function.
Does it also have main mind and mental functions? Does it have general consciousness and mental functions? He said it's the flow of the mind. We say, oh, so it has main mind and words 46 or Stanley's 51 mental consciousnesses, mental functions. Okay. Gopar Girnani, if that's what gets imbued with this stuff, okay, Girnani, they are, in that case, when you have sunam, which is
virtue,
basically good karma. You can call it, I like to call it merit, so I distinguish it from gewa, which is virtue, because they do live in different realms sometimes. Okay, so it's good to use different words. Merit or virtue. I use merit for sunam and I use virtue for gewa. Okay, and lasope ducheki. Ducheki is back to a reference to the second link,
which is the fresh karma.
Fresh karma, okay. Gupa, smeared by fresh karma, okay. Fresh karma of good deeds, etc., is smeared on the mind and the mental functions. Okay, yin peicher. Therefore, namba shepa, consciousness. All right. Now we have a word that's rare and it's important here. Nitsewa. And it usually comes with myawa.
Sleep.
Short time. No, near. Let's close hells. Almost hells.
Yeah. Okay. My old work when the vice president lady was there, it was a nitsewe nyawa. Say nitsewe. Nyawa means hell realm. Nitsewa means on earth.
On earth.
Nitsewa means approximate. Okay. And it means something that's not 100%. Okay. So according to the Abhidharma, you know, if you, I read about a man who lost his wife and children because their car was smashed into by a gasoline truck at 80 miles an hour.
Oh.
The truck was going 80 miles an hour, and they disappeared. The family disappeared in a minute. They were smoked, and we would say in that minute, they went to a hell on earth. They call it a hell on earth. Okay, so they last very short moments where people have some terrible pain on the earth, which is, we call it an approximate or you know, you decide. Nitsewa means not the real thing, but awful close. Okay, so here he's talking about number shepa nitsewa. He's talking about an awareness, kind of a substitute awareness. Which one would that be? Yeah, the one in your fingers. Okay. He says, hey, you're half-assed consciousness. Okay, that half-assed consciousness. Oh, you mean the one that sticks in my fingers when my mind is gone during deep meditation? Yeah. That one. Nitse wala. Duche ki kin ki. Can it be smeared by the kin of duche?
By the factor of the first karma?
Yeah. Can the second link live in your half-ass consciousness? Okay. Can it? Okay. She, Jipa, Mayimbargir. Not really. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
He's saying that's kind of weird. I don't know. Then you'd have to have another link. You'd have to have 13 links. Now you have a half-ass awareness, then you got a real awareness. You'd have to have link numbers 3A and 3B. So, anyway, we say give it up. Okay, give it up. Who's going to read, Sugeng?
Auto, please.
By the way, we have 5 minutes left in this class. After that, Sugeng's going to lead a 15-minute discussion of how you can use this text today in your real life. Good luck, Sugeng. I'm not even going to sit here. Okay. Go ahead. Who's going to read?
Number sheba ni che genki mingdang Sugeng ma yinki luki wangbo yang suki wangbo yang tela tuyu be chero.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Number Shepa, Sugeng.
The mind. The
Yeah,
consciousness.
Nitewa.
Close to?
Your new substitute awareness that hangs on your body. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what's its relationship to Ming and Suk?
They trigger the name and form.
Which is a code for which of the 12 links?
Fourth link number 4.
Number 4. So now we're like, oh, you want to have a half-assed consciousness. Yeah. And you want it to fit somewhere between link number 3 and, everything else. We say, yeah. Okay, then if it's going to sit there, it should trigger
the fourth link
number 4, which is called name and form, but really refers to your body and mind in the womb. Okay. And by the way, just to anticipate what's coming here, he uses a very interesting word for Ming and Su. He uses nor po, and I will give word $50 if you can get it right. Nor po.
Isn't that one of the stages of the fetal development?
Yes, $50. You just looked it up, didn't you? Come on, be honest.
No.
I'm just kidding. Your daughter whispered in your ear. One of your 3 daughters whispered it in your ear.
She always says, no.
By the way, I looked up no po. There's woo boo and baba boo, and there's no po. No po means milk which is spilled on the table and is getting sticky. And that's the first 9 weeks in the womb or something like that. It's some early stage in the womb. The being is like a little, it's an inch, half inch of sticky milk, half inch of half-dried milk. And it's called no. Okay, so anyway, so if that's what name and form refers to, which is a tiny, a few centimeters of sticky milk, which by the way has consciousness. Okay. Mingda Sukyan Mayenki Luki Wambadela Tuya Bechiro. So I guess the power of life must reside in your finger. And not in, I guess life must start with your finger, since the consciousness survives in your finger. So life must begin with fingers and not with half-dried milk. Half inch of half-dried milk. Okay, got it? Okay, because it has that kind of, according to you, the sense power of the body has that kind of two. What's two? In English, it's about two.
Mystical power.
Yeah, two. And by the way, it has the same feeling in Tibetan. Two means a massive mystical power. Two. Two. When you say it, I mean, for a Tibetan, it feels powerful. When you say two, it's like the mystic power of the universe. It feels like that. Two, so according to you, your finger has this two. Unbelievable power, even mental. Okay. And here's going to come a new wrong option. And Sugeng, please translate the next 3 parts, okay? Shendak Nare, Jitani, Detani, and number Topa, okay? Topa. Please translate those parts for next time, okay?
All right.
Cool.
All right, cool. Thank you, Geshe.
Groaning, say yes.
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right, that's better. Singapore Army. Stop. Stays the same. Okay, I'm disappearing. So gang, it's on you.
All right, thank you, Geshe.
Victims in this room if you want.
Say again?
You got lots of people in this room. You can say, I want the person on the left to walk up here and give an answer.
All right, thank you. Yeah, actually, I'm seeing Team Lowenham. Are you in the building college or are you somewhere?
I'm here, Sugeng.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool. What do you think, Tim? No, you can sit there. No? Oh, okay. Oh, you're moving. All right. Oh, you're at the back. I see.
What do I think?
No.
What do I think? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, let's talk. I miss your voice, Tim.
Well, I'm missing you. It's good to see you. You'll be here in like 2 days, right? 3 days?
I'm flying tomorrow. So tomorrow night I will arrive.
Excellent. We have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah. So can you start now? I'm sorry.
That's fine.
He looks like he has a good son.
I don't know.
Hey, Tim, can I ask you? Let's have some what do you call that discussion, all right? So reading this text, I have a feeling, I mean, suddenly I have a question. Where is this foundation consciousness, you know? Have we ever, I don't know, have you heard this being discussed or even word? Maybe you can jump in, you know? Where is this foundation consciousness in the mind on the context? Is it somewhere in our mind or is it part of our body or anything, you know? What is your understanding? I'm confused here.
I mean, the word. What does Word has to? Let's hear what Word has to say first.
Yeah, Word, please.
Briefly, it's everywhere. It's all things. It's in all things. It is all things. So
okay,
there's no physical location for it that I've ever heard, but it's literally you are in it. You're in the foundation consciousness.
I see. So it's like sort of like everywhere, right?
Yeah, that's why it's kunshi everywhere, everything.
Because in the Chinese context, you know, we always talk about our heart, the part of our heart. This is where the foundation consciousness is supposed to be located. So I don't know. I'm just wondering, you know. Yeah.
What does Tim think? What do you think, Tim?
What do you think, Tim?
I mean, less philosophically speaking, the way that I've navigated the foundation consciousness is, I mean, it mainly comes up for me as like the question of, okay, I plant a seed, where does it stay? Right? Like I've done a good or bad deed, but how does it stay with me? Right? And so I've always thought, well, there has to be a place in me where that is. So for me, I've thought about it as, well, where is that place in me? And if me seems like it's this body and mind, where is that? You know, so oftentimes I've thought, well, maybe it's here in my heart, right? Or maybe back here. Right? There has to, maybe there's a place there, or a point, or a, a crucial point or something like that, that you could tap into to be able to say, okay, there's all my seeds. Because we say my seeds, right? It's like, well, my seeds, where are my seeds?
Okay.
So that's kind of, I thought about that. And then words answer, like, I don't know, it kind of goes, well, how can it be in all things? How am I in all things? I don't know. That kind of breaks down for me there in my non-philosophical mindset.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it is your seeds, how could you not be in all things? Because your seeds create everything that you perceive.
Well, so are outer things only inner things in that case? So Chloe, who's eating popcorn right now, is inside of me?
Mind only school, there are no outer things.
Because it doesn't feel like Chloe, she's actually eating some grapes and cheese, but like, what is
So just because your hand goes numb, it's not part of you anymore?
Oh, nice.
That's Jason Koppa's
Yeah,
argument, not mine.
but I can still feel that it's numb. I'm perceiving the lack of a hand, right? My hand's there, but it's not perceiving it. But I can feel that it's numb. I feel it's like the idea of douche mei min, right? Like, I'm not perceiving numb, but I know there's numbness there.
Right, you know Chloe's there, but you can't feel it.
Oh, dang. That was good. I was just asking for some grapes or something. That's what I was asking for.
Anyway, short story. I mean, I hear you, of course, but I think the idea is there is not supposed to be a physical location of foundation consciousness. But our actions, as we perceive them, because we think there's a me, plant seeds, and then we think we're at the center of a reality, which around us is actually just generated as aspects of the foundation consciousness. So, it's complicated, it's mind only, but it is something like that in the books.
No,
Yeah,
thank you.
The way I like to think about that is, I'm a Star Trek nerd, and they have this place on their ship. It's called the holodeck, and you walk in, and it's a blank screen, and you say, and Captain Jean-Luc Picard's like, Old Western, right? And so all of a sudden, everything around him becomes an Old Western scene. He's still in a room where it's being projected, but he's inside all of that. And so that's always helped me understand what the mind only is doing in some way.
No,
like I'm inside a projection in a way.
What do you think, Sugeng?
Yeah, no, I mean, I will just, I think that's kind of interesting perspective. So I sort of feel that now, hearing your discussion, your discussions, I just feel that mind only is also, if you are saying that Kunshi is everywhere, it seems that it is very similar to the middle way's definition of where seeds are located, except that one is mind only, one is not mind only, or meaning that outside the mind. Can I say that? No, but that's so confusing now. So, I mean, when you said that Kunshi is everywhere, and then when we said that in the middle way, that seeds are basically being passed on moment moment to moment by moment to the next group of seeds, kind of things. So they seem to be pretty similar.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. If you take
except
out
that except that mine only give it the name. Hey, this is Kunshi. They are all in Kunshi, but in middle way, we don't give it a specific name.
Yeah, well, they say it's in your idea of you. That's where they say that's stored, basically. But but yeah, if you take out the Kunshi, it's not that far from middle way. I mean, there's some technical points, but it's not far from the middle way at all. And that's the point. It's supposed to be close, but not quite there for people who need like a self-existent place for it to still exist. So
And if you think that kunst is not self-existence, then they are pretty equal, I would say. They are equal.
well, Jason Copper says it's enough to get you through almost all the way to enlightenment. So it's that close, apparently. So
Yeah, I think that's pretty close. Wow.
pretty
Okay.
close.
You use the word pretty close. Will that make me into a lower middle way guy?
Well, I mean, I would just add in that, you know, it struck me very strongly, and I don't understand it yet. When you say that where are the seeds stored in the upper middle way, and you say it's in the concept of you, or it's in the projections themselves, right? So where is that? Like, if there's no apple in the room, how can the seeds be stored? Oh, actually, there's an apple over there. That doesn't work. Maybe an orange, right? There's no orange in the room. But there's something about the concept of you in the world that you see that, like, if there's a pen here, right? That pen is a pen because I'm me, not because the pen's a pen. If I'm a dog, it's a chew toy. So the two are very, you know, directly linked, right? So trying to make that shift between the self-existent place where the seeds are stored, or that you say that yourself is self-existent, right? Like me, I'm Tim, right? they're stored in Tim. Well, who's Tim? Right, this sort of burnt skin, blue with this blue tie on kind of guy, right? You know, the world that comes out of me. I don't know. Like, how do you say the world's coming from me? Who's the me? Where it's coming from?
You know, my mind is still stuck with the idea that they are the same, except that in middle way we don't say there is a self-existent Kunshi foundation consciousness, and we remove the name. I kind of like this idea. Thanks, word. Thanks, Steve, for the idea. But now, when you say that, where do we store those things? Then I just want to borrow words. You know, it's everywhere. It's everywhere, part of me. You know, it's kind of fascinating.
It's not my words. I stole them from the Buddha.
Yeah, I quoted you when you said that you stole from Buddha.
Are they the words of the Buddha? If you say they're the words of the Buddha,
Who's mine?
who's mine?
They are. They possess the 60-ish forms of enlightened speech. If I say them, quoting the Buddha.
Well, I think it's
Fair.
much more comfortable now.
Oh, cool. Well, I think you might be able to think about this on your 20-hour flight across the pond.
It's 10 hours from Tokyo to San Francisco. So
that's right. You're in Tokyo. You're not in Singapore.
Enough time.
yeah, I'm meeting Kelsang, by the way. Hey, Oscar, I'm meeting Kelsang. Oh, Rebecca is there too.
Say hi from me. Thank you.
Sure, I will. Rebecca, yes?
How have we missed him?
Okay. I will.
Rebecca is the request that you let him know that Rebecca and the entire Tibetan translation student team is missing him.
I will, definitely. Sure. Thank you, Sim. Sorry to put you on the spot, but I thought that is.
It's okay. I have to be, because apparently I'm going to be part of the Peachtree World News today.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you will just stay on?
And then afterwards, we're going to be doing a Q&A, and I'll be leading that as well. So it's a nice little.
Cool. You are the star today.
You can ask all the hard questions.
Okay, so we have 1 more minute. You have
one more minute. Can I
say
take?
about- Oh, yes. Okay, Pei Ling.
Can I speak in Chinese?
Okay.
1
And I'll
minute.
reply in Japanese.
我想分享一下今天上课的收获一点点，就是我们可以很实际的用在生活上的，因为如果说我们的意识流里面有2条线路，老师是说 full flow of mind 有2条线路的话， 那我们是不是可以就开始这样子的练习？当我们在现实生活做一件事情的时候啊，我们就想，当我看到外面有一支笔的时候，其实我的脑里面还有另外一支笔，我其实是两支笔同时出现的，你知道吗？也就是说我做一个很形象的例子来讲，比如讲说家人和家人之间的关系，你有没有发现到，其实
Time's up. Summarize.
Okay, do we have any translation the other line? No? If not, then I will summarize. 来，你讲完我快快把你等下帮你总结。
好，很快。用一个很形象的例子来讲，你没有发现到家人和家人之间的关系，比如妈妈跟孩子，你没有发现到妈妈呢，看到他自己的孩子的时候，他会想要去解决孩子的问题，妈妈觉得这个是一个问题，是从妈妈
the relationship in between family member, like the problem between mother and question.
比如讲焦虑这个事情，一个人焦虑说担心啊，焦虑啊。
So you don't need to worry about that.
在解决别人的问题而担心，还是你心里面有一个隐藏、很隐秘的意识流，就是你自己的担心。
Are you really worried about the problem between the mother and the sister? Are you really just worry about your own problem?
让我们的思维比较客观，比较跟那个环境。
It makes us not so subjective, become more objective, linked to the environment.
Or maybe I just quickly said that she was saying there are two mind streams in the mind, and yeah, anyway, that's all.
There are two minds of the stream. So when there is a relation problem in the family, so you can see this problem from different viewpoints.
Thank you, Sugeng. Maybe soon we can have other people involved. Yeah, so hello, everyone. Glad to see you again. It seems to me that after a little break or vacation time, it's just a feeling like we just went through a little break or vacation. Now everyone is coming back to Sedona. Things are getting ready to start again. And in these lines today, we have actually 3 interviews. So I'm gonna be very brief in my, welcoming presentation. So let's go for it. First interview is gonna be with a very well-known great teacher in the world. His name is Geshe Michael Roach and his great friend Stanley Chen. They are both here with us to tell us about...
Great friend?
What's that?
Who said he's my great friend? I don't know.
Well, little friend.
All right. You want to pin?
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay.
Okay. That would be good. Juan, thank you. Are we up?
Yeah.
You're up. Yes. We were sharing the poster with the cowboy hat.
Yeah. Let's
look there and ask the question.
Okay. So I'm gonna thank you, Juan, again for this 5 minutes. We have a timer in front of us. We'll discipline ourselves. So first of all, I will share some like progress report of the IR project innovation retreats, and then I will give the stage to Geshe for some exciting information he will share. So let's go back to the poster again. So coming up September, can we share the poster again with the cowboy in it?
The handsome cowboy.
The handsome cowboy.
Okay, good. Here it
Okay,
comes.
all right.
That's not.
Wait, that's not. So I'll keep talking. In the coming September, 13 to
en septiembre.
Going to host
Desde el 13 de septiembre.
innovation retreat in Diamond Mountain.
El retiro de innovación en Diamond Mountain.
Because it's somehow I'm hearing the Mexican translation.
you're
Oh, no, it's good. Okay. So we already have about 15 people signed up from the mainland China. And right now we are trying to share this news with more overseas friends to see who are interested. If you want to get to know more about it, there's 2 QR codes you can scan. And then Geshe, it will be his first time to teach this IR program inside US. It's very exciting, and we got to sit with him in person, and we can meditate together, and we can enjoy the powerful silent retreat together to get new ideas. And then the second poster, tomorrow we have I myself have a marketing event for Chinese speaking audience. It's Beijing time, September 4th, 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. So if you are interested to know more about this program and then the power of silence, you're welcome to sign up. So talking about silence, that's what I want to ask Geshe about. We can take away the poster now. So Geshe, yesterday we had a meeting about this coming up IR program, and you told us that the next topic it's about silence. And it's something that I didn't expect. Can you share more with us?
Yeah, basically, when I think about the success of my diamond jewelry company, and which reached $250 million and sold to Warren Buffett, a lot of the reason was that I used to do special retreats for 2 to 3 weeks, and I would actually take time off my position as vice president and to disappear from a New York corporation for 2 weeks and say that you're going to sit somewhere and not talk is very strange. I had a lot of resistance at the beginning. And then later, every time I came home, I had incredible inspirations, incredible ideas that are the reason this company grew so large was because of those retreats. And I feel like I haven't really taught people how to do those retreats. So we did some initial programs. We listed 60 different important skills or things you should know in order to do these innovation retreats. And we're going to start with number 1. There's going to be a 7-8 day program at Diamond Mountain in what date?
September 13 to 22nd.
Yeah, and I'm going to participate. I'm going to do 9 classes there. And I think the first of the 60 topics. So in my idea, we cover 60 topics during these innovation retreats. And so we're going to start the first one. So I think it'd be amazing if you're there for the first one of the series is going to go on for 6-7 years or something. So if you want to be there on the first day, which to me is very exciting, we're going to cover the first topic of the 60 in 9 sessions. And it's going to be how to reach foundation silence for a retreat, how to get to a state of silence so that you can do something more. And there's many kinds of silence that you have to reach before you're quiet enough to hear great ideas.
Right.
That's all.
Thank you, Geshe.
Yeah.
I have to say Diamond Mountain is the best place for this first kind of ever retreat happen. And then we got to sit with Geshe together. It's unbelievable. Last thing I want to share is we just launched our IR website today due to some hard work like Chloe, people like Chloe and David. So if you type in the website in the chat, innovationretreats.com, right? Innovationretreats.com.
Retreats plural or
plural? Yeah,
plural.
Okay. Yeah, you can explore and get more information. All right, looking forward to seeing you in person in Diamond Mountain. Okay.
Back to you, Mr. Kwan.
Yeah, thank you so much. I was about to type in the chat. It's innovationretreat.org. I guess. I hope. Oh, retreats with an S. Okay, cool. Next, well, sending best regards. Thank you, Geshe. Thank you, Stanley. Thank you. Hope. Okay. It's great to see you, actually. It's great to see you, and hopefully soon I'll see you in person. Next interview, Tim Lowenhoff. He has exciting news as well about a cool program he's about to start on the translation on Steps on the Path. Can you tell us a little bit of what are you cooking, Tim?
Yeah. So Juan, hey guys, can we be quiet here? I'm starting an online translation class. I actually started it earlier this year as a little bit of a test, and now we're fully in swing, and we're translating the Lam Rim.
Wow.
So Gibson's books, he's been translating shorter Lam Rims, and this is probably one of the, not the most extensive Lam Rim, which should be the Lam Rim Chemo, but this is an extensive Lam Rim by Pabonka Rinpoche, and we're translating it, and we're currently going through the meditation chapter. So what we're doing is we're going line by line through that class. So if you're interested in joining, we're starting this Wednesday at 8 a.m. and it's open to everybody, everyone who is attending Mixed Nuts in all countries. So this will be starting at 8 in the morning for an hour, and on that QR code, you can sign up for the class and get weekly reminders for it.
Okay, that's very cool. So how far on the book are you now in the translation program?
Well,
too far.
We're not too far. We're in the meditation chapter, which is at the end. So we're starting at the end, learning about what meditation is. And so we're in this section on all the meditation problems. So we're going to be moving from that into all the 9 stages of meditation. So it's a great informative class. Everything you need to know about how to set yourself up for meditation practice.
That's wonderful. And the format is going to be a little bit similar to the Xuanzang Tower class style?
Exactly. It's going to be identical. We're going to pull out the text. We're going to put it on the screen and people get to read it, and then we translate it. And then you all can submit your test translations to me. And then at the end of it, we will see how well your translations are and help us to then eventually publish this book.
Wow, that's so cool. That's very, very cool. So thank you, Tim, for doing things like this. Congratulations for this project. I think it's amazing. And there you go. For anyone who wants to, number 1, study the Steps on the Path content. Number 2, keep deepening your knowledge on ancient West Chinese language. This is a great opportunity to do it.
Right. Thank you, Juan. Thanks for the time today.
Thank you very much. Yeah, no, for sure. Always welcome. Next session, remember, is this Wednesday. It's 2 days from now, 8 a.m. Arizona time. And we'll soon hopefully talk to you about for sharing the progress on how it's going. Okay, and for today, last interview is our dear friend Errol. He's here as well. He just had a birthday, and he just wants to celebrate with us about his 38th birthday. No, just kidding. He did have a birthday, August 30th. Happy birthday, Errol. But he's here really because next Saturday, he's having a very cool program he wants to talk about with us.
Yeah, this one.
How are you, Errol? Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Next. Yes.
Geshe Michael was talking about 3-year retreat and innovation and creativity. That's an image of his 3-year retreat. He didn't just do 2 weeks. He did 3 years. And he taught twice a year. And the first teaching he gave was called To the Inner Kingdom. One of my favorite teachings he's ever given. And he never taught it again. And so we will go through line by line the whole poem, his own poetry, not taken from a text, not taken from scripture, taken from his own realization in his own heart. And it's talking about how to get to how to perfect meditation so we can get to the outer kingdom, so we get to the inner kingdom. And he said, getting to the inner kingdom, those instructions are vague. And he said, I really want to give them clearly in this talk. So they're amazing. They're fantastic teachings. And we'll be doing it over 2 days, September 6th and 7th.
2 hours every day. And is this going to be the last session of this year?
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
I
we'll
remember there was
year.
like a multiple sessions. Yeah.
Yeah. So we did part 1, which was an overview. People will have access to those recordings. You don't need to have been to those ones, but these ones will cover everything. We'll cover line by line, more in depth. And we'll do 1 a year. So we'll finish up this teaching September 6th, 7th, 9 until 11 a.m. Eastern time. Do we got time for the other one?
And maybe in the future. Yeah, sure. Can we show the next picture, please? Is the next picture. Yeah.
This is the final chapter of the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, November 14 to 25. This is the most in-depth chapter. It's the chapter that's taught the least. It's very subtle explanations of the subtle body of bandhas and 4 stages of ultimate joy, and some very cool, somewhat controversial verses on spiritual partners. Some chapters Geshe Michael never translated. He has translated them. He's got one more to do, one more verse. Hopefully he can get that. Geshe Michael, if you're there, waiting on that verse. And then we'll have the whole text for the first time ever. The whole text, it's the classic Hatha Yoga text. And to have that whole translation and for Geshe Michael to teach it, it's unbelievable. You really need to have done a lot of retreat to teach that text and to be a profound scholar. So there's very few people that could even come close to teaching this text. It's an amazing chapter. It's an amazing opportunity, and I'm super excited. A lot of people are coming to Sedona to be live, and you're welcome. And registration just opened, so don't sleep on that one.
Okay, thank you very much, Earl. Congratulations for having reached this moment in the Inner Kingdom teachings. And we wish you the best success and probably see you there for Hatha Yoga Pradipika as well. See you soon then, and happy birthday.
Thanks, man.
Very welcome. Now, next, we're going to have a Q&A. I don't know who has been designated to do the Q&A today, but I'm sure you know, and you can introduce yourself.
Thank you, Juan. We have Tim standing by, I believe, right? Is it true?
Awesome. Thank you, Tim. My apologies.
Yes. No, it's wonderful.